following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Each one of these piles is missing a different bone. What? Why were you... What? Are you doing this on purpose, or...
That's not very humorous.
Of course! Of course!
Right now.
Starting with Saphira. Would you help me put my armor back on?
Oh, of course.
5 minutes later. Well, gathered in a mysterious warehouse in the dark of night in the middle of nowhere, the innocent crew of brave adventurers and Sir Radomir were there, and Adrian, assuming that there are yeses.
Sir Max. He's the brave betrayer.
Bravest of them all.
They had found a crate that was seen to be mysteriously a part of the floor, filled with bones neatly ordered and stacked. This fazed them not at all, and they remained very plussed throughout the entire thing, displaying no emotion whatsoever at the fact that there is the equivalent of about 8 or 9 people at the bottom of a crate. In fact, so interested were they in the fate of these 8 or 9 people's worth of bones that they immediately ignored them totally and searched for secrets in the box more, which they found bravely. Rationalizing that there were no traps whatsoever because the person who has no skill at finding traps, has never been able to find traps, and has a success rate around 3%, was a reliable enough source because she never has been before, so let's start now.
Radomir is just learning this.
The phrase you will be looking for is spoin. Webster's dictionary defines it as the sound of a metal catch suddenly releasing from its housing.
it's the last sound a lot of adventurers hear in D&D.
Pausing briefly, realizing with horror that Sir Radomir didn't have his armor on, and they needed to put it on. They hung around for 5 minutes, putting his armor on.
Well, I figured, well, while I'm...
During the time... Go.
I figured out while I was helping you with your armor, I mean, the others would have to empty that crate of the bones to Steve and be able to get in there, right?
Right, I'll have Adrian do that. He's not here. Adrian busied himself around the task of moving the bones, and keeping it consistent with his player's consistency, he displayed no fear at the skeletal remains whatsoever.
Is there any marks on any of the sets of bones, as in knife marks, bite marks, saw marks?
Oh, are we performing some kind of investigative
Just a wee one.
reception-y role?
Just a wee one.
Chuck it in the train, little man.
It's a 6.
Well, I mean, that's a success.
Yes.
That's a success. I guess the race down the dominoes. You don't think you see any cuts or bite marks or unnecessary abrasions on the bones.
So they seem to be like, if they were killed, more likely.
Don't worry, Jacinda, it's just the remains of 8 people. It's not a cricket match. You don't have to be traumatized.
Yeah. it's more than likely they were poisoned or through some other means as opposed to stabbed or such. Just, I mean, again,
You
just
can draw whatever conclusion.
whatever conclusion I want. Yeah.
These bones are like polished clean, right? Like, they're
Absolutely.
Not, yeah.
Like buffed and shiny.
We know the victims had taken all their blood, that they had taken all their blood, but
Alright, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you for a roll. Make another roll. And if you make it, I'll give you the thing.
Nope.
Good job.
I had one job.
Well, here's the thing: the victims were found in a lot of cases
Thank you.
by the guards.
Uh-huh.
But the guards, was it the city guards or just a guard?
I think it was city. You mean just a guard, like this?
Well,
I think they were found by the city guards who patrol this area, the same ones who we spoke with.
do some of the city guards also work? I don't know what it is. To work for one of the houses personally after hours, or
So Radomir, you can, with your local Romanian knowledge, you would know that that kind of conflict of interest would be considered a dereliction of duty. So only a corrupt guard would have more allegiance to their house of origin or another house as opposed to their duty to the Archduke. So you could interject there and tell them that.
it would take a surely corrupt individual to put the honor of the interest of their family above the interests of the Archduke and the duty to them.
Unless the same guard was finding the bodies every single time.
well,
Or a small group of...
look how well organised this has been.
Yeah, she has a good point, says Adrian. This is like, there's secret compartments that are like, they would have had to put these in without people noticing. And this has been going, you can't have done this in just the last month.
This is like a year's worth of years. Look at the trapdoor. The trapdoor into here was as immaculate as the one that we found in what was that town we were in beforehand? I always forget the name of these stupid towns.
Hasseldorf?
Hasseldorf. This Hasseldorf.
So you're saying even though the attacks have only been going on for a couple of weeks?
No, the old lady said they've only been going on for a few weeks this time.
Yes. But they had heard of such occurrences happening years ago.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why this is probably, sorry to say, it's been set up a long time ago and this has been just going around the city.
Well, here's the other thing. How do we know for certain that everybody who's been attacked has been alone?
That's it, we don't know.
So for all we know, they could be attacking two people, leaving one body, but taking the other. And nobody knows about the second body that's being taken because there's no witnesses. And it makes everybody think that the victim is the person they find in the alleyway drained of blood.
But really there's other...
But there's really other victims who are perhaps the real people who are...
But that would be noticed because you'd have two people disappear as opposed to one each time.
Yes, but who knows when two people disappear? Who are the witnesses aside from the person who's also dead?
Well, the community themselves would know of... The girl...
The community didn't seem to know that much about the people involved.
Well, the girl that we saved the other day,
Yes.
she'd be one to talk to about that. Did she have
Yes,
a friend
it'd be
with her?
interesting to see if she had somebody with her, but she didn't bring up anybody else.
I don't think she was in a state to talk properly.
No, but usually one would say they got my friend or bring up something about if they were with somebody who was important to them.
Possibly, but if she was in no state to talk for a start, she may not have been in the right mind to say it.
I think what's more of import upon learning this is that we're not about to walk into the lair of some monster or some small group of people, but the machinations of a great family.
I mean, someone maybe be smudging their good name.
This must have been moved around as well.
That's it.
Because
if we knew,
this wasn't empty until a few months ago.
That's right. If we know where this stuff come from, we may be able to search that building as well.
And it's a possibility that wherever they're using the undercrofts and the sewers of the city in order to get around, because I mean that's how you found this place, by coming up through beneath.
I just think it was an alternate pass, but still,
But
you said
it'd
it.
certainly be a way of moving things around without anybody noticing.
I was confused about the guards changing all the time. You said that there's many guard changes.
Yes.
These, of course, the guards are not town guards.
But the guards for this, and they're only guard at night time. On an empty building.
I'll turn to Sir Max. Knowing what we know now, and what they will likely say if we do not find sufficient evidence, I would not think less of you if you were to leave before we ventured forth. The responsibility to your family is surely greater than your responsibility to us, Nero.
But faithless is the man who would abandon the hunt before its completion. You turn to me and expect me to turn my back on these clear evil doings? You're clearly very experienced adventurers when you unpack 8 or 9 skeletal remains without even blinking at them. But to me, this is evidence of a great crime. As a belted knight, it is my responsibility to protect the peasants who cannot look after themselves, to think for them, for they are stupid animals. And they have been killed. This is no legal thing, although it would not be hidden. It is my duty and obligation, as a knight of this nation. Not yours, but maybe yours. Baldric, but certainly not a good woman from Zeiss or even a Serenian knight.
I'm not from Zeiss. I'm from Fardamai.
I do not know where that is.
It's where the Amazons are at the bottom of the world.
Really? That changes many things. It is said that the Amazon women are just as powerful as men, maybe even almost as powerful as a man. Maybe even equally as powerful as a young boy. So therefore, your chances of success are increased.
I would say that, based on my observations of the only Amazon I know personally, though I have met others, that they are certainly a lot stronger than an average boy.
Your sense of duty drives me to greater heights.
We should. Are you done there, Adrian? Can we?
Hang on, I'm really slow.
Are the skeletons complete?
Yeah, it's all.
He totters slowly.
Well, we didn't know
burden full of
we wouldn't know
bones.
until we pulled them out,
Over
because
to where he's stacking them.
there's no missing. I know that it was said they were mostly skulls. So there's more skulls than other bones?
No.
Or was it just mostly on the top that looked like
8
there was-
full
See,
skeletons.
that's what I was waiting for, wanting as well. There's
My roll's
a lot
1.
more skulls than there are full skeletons.
Yeah, okay.
So if you wanted to examine the piles he's making, you could do that with a roll check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Because he's
once
about the
I
only one that
finish.
could actually put them in their piles, per se.
But he doesn't have anatomy.
Does he not?
No, no one does.
No! Oh my god!
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
I
For the same one! For the same roll!
wonder what that was.
For the same fucking roll!
Well, I guess if you wanted to cough up an inspiration, I might allow you to make the check again. Or you could cough up a bunch of them and I could have some powerful dude show up to do it for you. Like, say, maybe Lord Roman.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I think I'd rather not give him inspiration for Roman to show up.
But he's so powerful and great.
What do we need? What would
Well,
you?
let's see. It was a standard check, so I would think it's a silver for after the fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't allow after the facts anymore, but since the investigation
I have a
is about to
golden-
grind
I've
to
got a silver.
screeching halt. Thank you, player of Sulin.
I've literally only got a gold left, and that is all my inspiration. Oh,
I think next week I'll
Sorry.
just have your player characters beat each other with
just found
sticks.
2 more.
So I guess
Two
the game was
combos.
going to be fighting a bunch of fantasy dudes. Because you don't have a male character in this game.
Eight.
Oh, that's not enough. Yeah. Okay, so of the complete skeletons, each of them has like a bone missing. It's a different one each time.
A different. Did you notice this, Sphera? Each one of these piles is missing a different bone. What? Why were you? What? Are you doing this on purpose, or?
That's not very humorous.
It's almost like they're trying to make another skeleton out of the bones of others.
Surely it would be easier just to make 8 skeletons out of all of them.
Well, different people have different shaped bones. If you're trying to make a very specific looking skeleton, there's no use for that except like foul necromancer.
This isn't some kind of person who's trying to create some kind of perfect
I couldn't even.
human or
That's the
something.
first place we go to.
I couldn't even. No, this is. Like
Are they
trophies?
major bones? So like a femur, or it's just like
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a femur here, or whatever this thing's called.
the radius or the arm?
Yeah, there we go.
Both.
But yeah, but I mean like what I mean is there's a difference between like missing a femur on a skeleton and missing like one like a segment of a phalange. Like that could just be lost. Whereas like
I'm guessing they're fairly significant.
Yeah, I mean, because you made a shitty perception roll and still noticed it, so...
There may be more further down.
There might be more something further down.
If it's anything like that thing we found in the other room,
We're certain there's a down under this door we haven't opened.
we don't know.
Certainly something beneath.
But it's at floor level and it's a trap door for some reason. Why would you have a trap door at floor level?
To hide gold.
I mean, it could be just an alcove beneath that's indent with just something inside. Or it could be a ladder going down.
The duty calls us to open it and find out.
yeah, but if it explodes and destroys everything inside when we open it,
Well, at least then we would know it's important.
I see no other way to go about it unless you...
Well, we could maybe
Then let
stack
firm and hearts be most brave! Steps up to box. Awkwardly climbs over into box. Hurls open trapdoor! No one stops him. He's like, huh,
What is in there, Sir Max?
water.
I'll look over inside the box.
There's flowing water running across another obvious trapdoor.
Interesting.
it's flowing water though. It's not just standing water.
It's coming in from like it's about this deep. There's a gap this wide on either side. It's just flowing water across.
Does it look like there's a place I can slide the lid in to block the water off?
No, does it?
7.
7 prostitutes. The lid? No.
No, I mean what he just pulled off the trapdoor lid that he just pulled up.
I
I mean
mean-
the lid of the box. But
Oh, sure, but it being as wide as the thing.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, you could conceivably do that.
can I do that? Max, can you hop out of there. I want to try something, if I could, please.
Of course, dear lady. Why, are you a stranger in paradise? Yeah, okay, he'll take your hand.
And then I'll hold his hand while I climb in.
In some places in the mountains, this means we are betrothed.
I
He's
don't
not wrong.
know if you would enjoy the what would come next.
Of course, we don't follow those customs here in the big city.
Oh, I'm sure he.
Here, it is customary for the woman to hit the man over the head with a fish and drag him off.
I'm sure he'd enjoy what
That's
comes
clearly
next,
a joke,
Solon.
by
I
the way.
just don't think he'd enjoy what came after that.
So I'll try and slot that lid into that. Well, yeah.
Alright, give me a strength check.
I have to get over or under it.
Under.
All right, I fail.
How?
I rolled 19.
Oh, no, 19. The water's current is, interbulating your ability to push the door into the... because you see it as flush, and therefore it is... I can actually expect you to fail this check.
Yeah, I know.
This basic scrub check. I mean, just try again. You have unlimited time, I guess.
Done.
There we go. Why did I ask for a check?
Exactly.
I just had to do it. Well, now you just look... Now you're just soaking wet.
And the problem is,
Nothing. I don't.
yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
I'm going to need you all to leave the room. Leave your character sheets. Okay, yep, you can do that. Of course, with the water flow coming from the other side, what you've effectively done is just plug it up so it's just going to start filling the box, right? You were that dumb, yes?
No.
Okay, yeah, with the water flow effectively jammed, the water obviously drains out of the other hole. I mean, that's how water works, right?
Certainly
Like a
hope
bunch
so.
of kids around a big black hole.
I will,
It's a video game, you push kids.
Do you want me to open the other one
It's
while
called
you hold
Kids,
that in
go check it out,
place?
It's a lot of fun.
it's slotted
Like
in
the
place. It slotted in place, didn't it? The trap, the
I
lid.
think you have to hold it there. don't
You gotta hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's another trapdoor here with a ring set into it, so I guess when it opens up, it would hold it there.
Yeah.
But it's not up yet. Also, if you know that, I mean, there could be some kind of spoin. You don't know.
Well, yes, I'll need a hand getting the door open.
This looks like a job. Oh, okay.
Just in case it's trapped, Sir Max. Though I wouldn't have minded.
We like to let him do stuff sometimes.
Pardon? Left.
Oh, you just opened the door.
Pharaoh dies.
Okay. Cool. Spoing. You hear the sound of like a metal latch breaking loose from its housing as you pull the door up. Congratulations, you've broken the lock.
So it just opens freely now because the lock's
Yeah.
no longer in there.
That iron lock with water, rust.
Yeah.
It's a slight design oversight. So obviously, it
Yeah, I
was
mean, if it's
designed
had-
by the Archduke, who's obviously a visionary genius. Nothing is
Immediately
wrong.
beneath is another liquid area. This time it is blood, or at least some kind of thick black goo that looks like congealing blood.
Oh,
What is wrong with this place?
What's in there?
disgusting.
Judging from their reaction, it's ice.
Quite possibly, it's disgusting.
It's like
I
old.
don't think Zeiss is in this. In this.
Look!
Peer over as well. It always gets worse. Every time.
I'm not putting my hand in there.
Whoever
Is it flowing or just congealed?
It's just
like pulled it.
it's just
Just-
standing. Yeah.
Has it got any like foul smell or anything as well? Or
I mean, it's a little icarus.
yeah.
Have you got a a pole or a rod that we can see how deep this thing is?
I'll look around the warehouse for something that fits that description.
There's one on your
Some
back.
bones over there.
Something that
There's
isn't
an axe on your back.
Something that isn't my axe.
He's got a wrapped sword he never uses or takes off. He has a wizard staff.
You don't need that anymore.
I don't have it on me. Well, technically, like it's a wand that turns out. Let's not get
So
into
you have
this.
what now?
Nothing.
Where's the guard to come along to search you for your magic wands? Nowhere. Guards never around when I need them.
I'll look for a
It's like New
broom
Zealand police officers.
that would hopefully be here because they sweep sometimes.
Okay. Look for one.
I swear if I fail at finding a broom.
Isn't that spot on?
Yeah. Hold on.
You got the 5 brew.
Yeah. Yep. You find a broom. It's just basically a bunch of straw gathered around the end of a wooden stick. For some reason, the broom has a pair of stirrups on it.
Pass it into the box released from its straw. Not question the stirrups.
No,
I have no idea where your minds are going. This is innocent.
Which is broom?
It's sort of rattling.
It's the handlebars that give it away.
dip it down and
It goes down like about an inch. And then it thunks into wood.
Can you feel any other latch under there?
move it around,
Yes.
particularly towards the area where the previous one was. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Is there a convenient ring or anything, or
I mean, sure.
can I try and like loot the?
Yeah, I will require a dexterity check at a -5 to stat
Still
penalty.
putting his hand in it.
Will I bust, sir?
Oh dear, kiddies.
Pass the hook.
Oh, from the thing. Yeah.
So Redemir runs off to find a pirate captain.
So,
I get the hook
Well, it's
from
still be dangling above the whole thing.
the
right?
pulley
so you,
system.
yep. So,
All this to
I mean,
avoid
that's
just
how you're
putting your hand
supposed to open these doors.
yeah. So I'm going to use the hook to try and hook the.
Okay, give me a dexterity check.
If there's no penalties, it's exactly right.
Alright, give me an open locks check.
I'm stepping back at this point.
Oh, yeah,
Because
that
that
is
blood
very
stuff is probably gonna just upwards.
No.
Is it augmented by the pulley system?
No.
Oh.
It's not designed for this.
Okay, so you basically just wedge the hook under the ring, and they put some tension on it, but it's resisting. Saphiro scuttles away
I would step
like a
back.
shiny crab.
Right, then I'll climb out and
He peeks out from behind a very distant box.
I'm not that character. I just don't want 200-year-old blood on my nice armor.
It'll buff out.
Look, I am no stranger to gross fluids and the hunt of monsters. I'll climb in and I'll just.
I would have
use
just
my
used
hand.
the pulley system.
that's
to
what I'm
reach
hoping.
it over.
So
I did it.
that's why I climbed
We're
down.
gonna go use the pulley system.
Just pull on the pulley system harder. That's why we got out of the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's just use the pulley system. No one puts their hand in this fucking garbage and dies.
Alright, so how many people are pulling on the rope?
I will pull on the rope.
Right.
2 of you. Both of you may give me a strength check.
Bust again.
You weak noodle under the cunt.
Oh my goodness, this is a
No, that
terrible
means I
dice roll.
overdo it, doesn't it?
11.
You can't budget.
Do you need a hand there, guys?
I'll join in as well.
And everyone may now give me a strength check.
Do we do
God,
it?
I busted!
Do we do it
My
again?
God!
Do we do it again?
Changing dice again.
Only by
Okay.
1, but still.
Natural 20! Natural 20! Does it open?
It
Yeah,
won't look like he
but it
did.
won't look like you did it.
No, he busted, not didn't get a 1. Natural
So the total numbers are 20
20.
Bust.
I succeeded
by
15, which was a bust.
by like 4.
Yeah, it feels like it's you can feel some give, but it still is not open.
But like we're definitely feeling some give now.
Yeah, I mean it moved a little.
One more time.
9.
Hey.
2, 2.
I bust.
Oh my god. Thank you, big strong hero.
One job. So, what are your total numbers?
I passed by 13.
I got a
13.
9, so I have passed by.
Yeah, this you get the same sort of amount of movement, but it doesn't seem to want to open.
Are you pulling the Saphiro? You don't seem to be. Try again.
Put all the weight of your armor into it.
If we were
Hey.
playing Cold Rocks, I'd be
Hey.
having the best night
Right.
ever. Let you put it
Some
that
almost
way.
an actual strength.
Oh god, I bust 2, but you got a 20 on that one.
Okay, so
The
I've
number
beaten it by 7 now. He got a
The
natural
rest of
2
You
busts.
got a 20 and 2 busts. Okay, so basically you continue to get the same result.
Yeah.
Then it occurs to someone, maybe. No, yeah, heave on it again. Just try not to fuck it up for once.
I've succeeded again.
You've already busted.
Yeah, I already
So
busted.
there's no point me.
No, if you get a 20, it's fine.
Well, you got a 20 and we didn't.
No, we got 2 successes
I-
there.
I-
We got
got
three, we
dead
got
on.
3 successes.
And I got dead
So you
on.
got
3
3
successes.
successes that time.
So what are your total numbers?
He's dead on.
I got a
Dead
7.
Dead
I got
on.
a 7.
7.
And 7.
But you're dead on.
Yes.
You didn't crit fail.
No.
Okay, the door, the rope suddenly gives under your powerful muscles, and the door is wrenched out of the thing, and so is the other one. And a spray of blood globs into the air and like hits the ground like jelly.
Oh.
And the door bounces around on top of the ceiling, and you can see on the underside of the door is engraved a complicated hex mark. An Arcana check or an obscure knowledge check will allow you to identify once it stops swinging around what it is.
I've made the check.
You believe that this could be something your mentor once referred to as a cursed seal of spell sealing. Most commonly used to hold or prevent specific things from moving beyond them. Usually needing blood or flowing water or living tree or that sort of thing to hold it in place. This one, because it has silver in it, and because it specifically mentions Canis Lupus like 700 times, is probably for a werewolf of some kind.
What?
I'm just saying that's a lot of silver on the bottom of it, and it was clearly holding
I know
something
what
in
that is,
place.
Sir Maximilian says.
What is it, Sir Max?
And it was holding.
That's an evil magic thing.
That's what it looks like.
And it
Yeah.
was holding something. Maybe it was holding something inside it instead of keeping us out.
What are those strange words?
So you think we unleashed something?
Well, I'm thinking werewolves.
Unwrap, load, helm clever, slowly, away from,
Take out
away
hammer.
from Max.
So I've got the silver arrow in.
Now, you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
are racist.
approaching the hole base or the
Okay.
I'm standing back waiting for anything to
Shield
launch
out.
out.
Yeah.
hammer up, and I'm gonna look down on the side.
Okay, so I will need a since you don't have a torch on you, I will need a perception check. You guys are going to be so unhappy he's the one checking this out.
Did you fail?
It's all bust.
I
all
bust
night.
again.
I'm holding
Do you
hand
want me to
clever
start
backwards.
using your random sheet?
No, it's okay.
See, I can say yes because I know what the first random roll is.
You know you've got some good numbers on that sheet,
Yes,
right?
I do. There's almost no fours.
What do you see?
It's dark.
It's dark.
I don't see anything. No disgusting jelly-like.
I'll move
Blood.
closer as well.
You got a torch on you, have you?
No, I can like see in the dark better than he can.
Only 10 feet.
But if I'm like looking directly,
Only 10 feet.
yeah.
That's unfortunately what you need to see is it starts at 11 feet.
Thanks, Noel.
No, I actually will admit that I deliberately put it there knowing you had a provision 10 feet. I deliberately did that. That's a thing.
I'm gonna look anyway because I still get to make the check, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, your eyes are going
9.
to adjust to that.
That's pretty
a little
good.
bit quicker.
Okay, so down. It looks like there is.
Don't you just want to kiss these lips?